Hello family, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela. Here on this channel, I create beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content, and particularly for the woman over 40. Now today's video though is for every woman who forgets to take care of herself, every woman who wants to pamper herself, but I just don't know where to start. What can I do? I know I've been doing a good job. I want to reward myself with a little luxury or just reward myself with something nice. What do I do? What do I get? Well, I have 10 things that I think are wonderful pamper myself or pamper me options. If you like to hear what those 10 things are, then stay tuned now. Let's get started. Before I get started, this is my outfit of the day. I just wanted something comfortable and cute. And so this is what I put on. The shirt is a very new purchase. I was at the mall, going to the mall to return a bra to Dillard's because I thought I had 3 of the exact same bras. I had 3 from the same brand, but the last bra was the same color, but it was a different bra. So I had to go take that one back and get the one that I wanted. And end up spending a couple $1,000s at the mall. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So while we were there, I saw Anthropologie, and I haven't been in an Anthropologie store in forever because I haven't been to North Carolina. I had them in North Carolina. I didn't know we had them in Texas, so I was happy. So I was like, oh, let me go in the store and look at that mirror. Hopefully I got that mirror that I want. But then I walked in and saw this top on the mannequin. I thought it was so pretty. Look at it. So it's layered, layer here, layer here, nice and comfortable. I thought it was so pretty, and it has sleeves. Luckily it didn't have a sleeve, but it has a sleeve, and you can wear it like this, or you can do like a one shoulder moment. I just thought it was so cute. Put it on, walked outside, looked in the mirror like, oh yeah, I'm getting that, and threw that on with some denim shorts that definitely, these used to be a pair of jeans that I cut off and threw them in the washer. They're so comfortable. They're a little bit too big for me, but I don't care. This is what I like. And I have on some Christian Dior slides. Don't want to get any closer to my toes because my husband said it looked like some rats been biting at my toenail polish. Didn't get my toenails done last time I went because I had sneakers on, didn't know I needed a pedicure, but so don't look at my toes. But this is my outfit of the day. My scent of the day is by Amouage, and it's called Honor. This is what it looks like. The bottle looks like anyway. It's nice. It smells so good. I bought this when I was in Saudi Arabia. It doesn't have oud in it, but it's one of those heavy fragrances because in the Middle East, they love a nice heavy scented fragrance. So I love that brand. It's definitely a Middle Eastern brand. I love it. I love that scent. And when you spray it on, it lasts all day long. If I can remember, I'll put the notes, but I don't know them offhand, but I just love that scent. So this is my outfit of the day. And I have a new lip color on. I don't know if I'm loving it yet. It's bright for me. I don't normally wear something this bright. It's a bright, bright pink. The brightest I get is a red, but my husband said it looks pretty. My daughter said it looks pretty, so I'm just gonna keep it on. But this is my outfit of the day. The first thing that you can do if you've never had one, or if you've had one, you know exactly how wonderful they are. And that is get yourself a facial. Oh my God, it is the most relaxing. Oh, it's so relaxing. Every time I get one, I'm almost falling asleep on the table. And the estheticians know when you're there to relax and when you don't want to talk, and they just do not talk to you. They're just putting on all the essences and all the toners and the products to pull out the impurities, to soften your skin, to moisturize your skin, to steam it. They are amazing. They give you a facial massage, and sometimes they'll give you a scalp massage too. They are wonderful. Now, and what's really nice about it, if you have a really good esthetician, I think most of the time they'll do it anyway, they'll let you know if you have any problem areas on your skin. They'll make recommendations as to products to use for your skin. And even you can ask questions. If they make recommendations for products, usually they'll make recommendations for products they have in store. And sometimes those products are really expensive. And you can just ask them, is there an alternative? You can just tell them I'm on a budget. Do you have any alternatives for that brand that you may have out there that's a little more budget friendly? And they'll usually tell you those products as well. But a facial is a wonderful gift to yourself. It is just a very relaxing, very well needed most of the time experience. The second thing you can do, and this won't happen that often, it's just if you're traveling a lot, is to book yourself a first class ticket versus a coach ticket. Life up in first class is completely different than when you sit and coach in the back. And I know that because I've flown first class, I think 3 times now. I've flown coach probably 30. Let's be clear. But it's really nice up there. The service is completely different. You're paying for that service. You're definitely paying for all the extras, for all the extra leg room, for the extra width in your seat, for the comfort in that seat. A lot of times they'll have a little the pillows are bigger up there, the screens are bigger on the television. They're offering you full-size drinks, or by full-size drinks, I'm talking about libations. You can have a whole glass of wine. Typically the alcoholic drinks are free in first class. It's just a totally different experience. You're getting off the plane first. You're not having to try to figure out, am I gonna have room for my luggage? You're gonna have room for your luggage. And usually you're allowed an extra luggage in first class. It is a wonderful, wonderful experience, especially if you're flying for multiple hours. I'm talking about 5 hours and above. First class is wonderful. Now, this is something for myself prior to being married that I would have had to save up for. Let's be clear. When you're single, and especially if you're a single parent, you just don't have the luxury a lot of times of buying or doing some of the things I may have on the list. So I understand that. So this is something, if it's not within your budget right now, maybe it's something you could save up for to pamper yourself. It is definitely worth the experience. And I can tell you, flying first class is, you don't want to go back and coach. And I've flown first class and gone back and coach. Yes, if it's a short flight, 3-4 hour flight, is it worth the extra coin? I don't know about that. If it's just a really short flight, but if it's longer than 4, definitely 5 hours is certainly worth the extra, and it's definitely a pamper. Now, the third recommendation is for the foodies, for those of us who appreciates, who appreciates some good sauce. Some nice buttery sauce, some great seafood, who appreciates like a really beautiful presentation as long as the food is fantastic, who appreciates a great bottle of wine with their food, who appreciates the ambiance, the aesthetics of a beautiful restaurant, and that is to take yourself out for a great meal. Now, sometimes that great meal doesn't come with a great restaurant or the ambiance or maybe the scenery inside the restaurant, you know, the luxury of it all. Because I can tell you recently, my husband and I and my daughter were out and we got hungry. And my husband went on, he was searching. He was like, this restaurant has like hundreds of 4.5, 5-star reviews. It's a seafood restaurant. And I was hungry and I love seafood. He was like, let's go here. Very small restaurant. Let's see if I can have pictures. Very small restaurant. I can tell that the restaurant used to be a house. So it's very, very small. Was it Italian food? I don't know what country of food it was. They had piata. Is it piata? Piata, where they have the dish with the rice and the seafood and the meats in it. It was lots of seafood. It was so it was so good. And I don't know if I would call myself a true foodie because I'm so picky when it comes to food. I don't like a chunk of cheese. Not for me. I like macaroni and cheese. I like cheese on pizza and I like cheese and some pastas, but just to eat a piece of cheese, no, absolutely not. Cheese and crackers, cheese and fruit, I am not that person. But I love myself a good meal. And I'm not so concerned with the price of the meal if it's a really good meal. I just love that. And so I think that is a great treat for someone, especially if they're a foodie, if they really enjoy savoring a good piece of steak or a great piece of chicken or just some food that's cooked in a different way that you're accustomed to seeing it cooked, or that's been presented in a different way than you're used to being presented. It's just a wonderful experience. I just really, truly enjoyed it. And I think that is a great treat for someone who loves food. And if you don't want to go by yourself, although that's something, if you hate eating by yourself, I think it's something that you should get accustomed to, because if you don't want to be alone with you, who else is going to want to be alone with you? You should learn to appreciate sitting down to a great meal alone. It's quite all right. But if you want to invite someone, that's great too. I love to have someone else so we can compare how we like the meal. But just treat yourself to a fantastic meal. Do your research because you don't want to waste money. Now, do not like wasting my money, especially on food. I do not want to waste my money. I don't mind paying for it, but I want it to be good. So do your research, read your reviews, make certain it's a place that you like the type of food, the geographic location that the food is coming from, and just go out and have yourself a beautiful time. The next thing that I think is a nice treat, now this is for the ladies who like a nice scent. If you like to smell beautiful, you just appreciate a great perfume, my recommendation is to get your bottle, my recommendation is to get yourself a nice bottle of niche perfumes. Now, as you can tell, I love myself. I love myself a good scent, and I can appreciate a budget-friendly scent as well. I have some budget-friendly perfumes. I have some niche perfumes, but I can tell you that niche perfumes hit different. They do. They just, most of the time, they just don't smell like anything that you're ever gonna have in your perfume arsenal. They just smell different because they put a lot of money and time into creating those scents. Now, I have smelled some awful, god awful niche perfumes as well. But if you find one that you love, typically they'll have a lot of more oil in the perfume, so it's gonna last you a lot longer. It's gonna have a great sillage, so you don't have to spray like you're spraying Bath and Body Works scent 10, 15, 20 sprays just to get the scent to last half an hour. With the niche fragrance, it's gonna have a lot more oil, a lot more of the scented oil in it. So you make 2 or 3 sprays and it'll probably last you 8 to 15 hours. So if you're a scent girl, you like to have a cloud of scent around you, you love smelling beautiful, you love smelling chic, my recommendation is go ahead, and if you have to save, that is okay too. Get yourself a nice niche fragrance. The next way that you can treat yourself, even if you have to save up for it, again, I think this is perfectly fine, is to get yourself a I want this and not need this type of gift. We try to make certain that we have all our needs taken care of all the time, but I like to treat myself with a, oh, I really like that. Do I need another pocketbook? I do not. Do I need another pair of shoes ever? I do not. Do I need another pair of boots? Lord knows I do not. Do I want another purse? Yes, I do. Do I want another pair of shoes? Yes, I do, and I will always want another pair of shoes. Do I want and need another pair? I'm gonna get me another pair of boots. So my recommendation is keep a list in your phone, or keep a list somewhere that you'd like to write down of things that I would really, really like this. I don't need it, but it would make me happy. It would put a big smile on my face. It's gonna bring me joy. It's gonna make me go, ooh, 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 in the store. Get yourself a, I want it, but I don't need it gift. You've worked hard for it. You've put in the sweat equity. You don't need it. You just don't need them earrings. You don't need them. But when you put them in your ear, your whole face starts glowing. You just find yourself, looking in the mirror, something I'm gonna be wearing these all the time. I'm gonna wear the gold plate off of them. I'm gonna wear the gold out of them. Get yourself a, I want it, I don't need it gift. I think there's nothing quite close to that sort of gift that's gonna put a smile on your face for days and days and moments and moments. Just go ahead and get it. The next thing you can do, I think, to treat yourself is to take a trip to somewhere you've never been. Just not a cruise. If you've already been on a cruise, just unless you're going to like a Norwegian cruise or an Alaskan cruise or a Now cruise, a type of cruise you've never been on. If you've been on one Caribbean cruise, you've been on all the Caribbean cruises. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere you've never been. Now, for me, I would have had to save for this before I got married. I had a lot going on. My daughter was in college. I'm paying a mortgage. I'm helping my mom. I had a lot going on. So I couldn't just jump and take a vacation going somewhere I had never been without having to really plan and save for it. But you don't have to go out of the country. You can go somewhere in the country. You can go to the next state. You can do a bed and breakfast, something you've seen on Netflix, something you've seen on TikTok or YouTube, and it just looks beautiful. Maybe it's like a 4-hour drive and I can get there and just enjoy myself, stay overnight and come back. It's not gonna cost a lot of money like if I had to fly across the water. By across the water, I mean to another continent or to another state. I think going somewhere and having that experience and just sitting back and relaxing, not again, not on camera again. Ben, do not put that in the video. I know you're gonna do it though. But anyway, going somewhere that you've never been, it's just a beautiful experience. Taking pictures, taking videos, so that you'll have memories of that. I want to go to Niagara Falls. I've never been to Niagara Falls, but I've been to South Africa. I've been to Italy, but I've never been to Niagara Falls. And I want to go when it's hot because I do not like being cold. I want to go to Niagara Falls. I don't want to necessarily go see the Grand Canyon. I would like to see it, but I want to go see Niagara Falls. That just seems like just the most amazing gift that God has given us. I just really want to see it. I think it's just fantastic. And so I'll have to do some flying. Yes, it's not like a couple of hours trip, but it's not going to be as expensive if I was flying overseas. So what you can do if you don't know where to go, say if you're standing in Texas and your budget is $1,000, you can go on Google. I bet you if you Google, I have $1,000, I live in such and such city in Texas, what should I do or where should I go? I'm sure some things will pop up, but experiencing a different place, something you've never seen, is a wonderful, wonderful experience, and you'll have memories that will last you a lifetime. Now, the next thing I can recommend for someone if they want to pamper themselves, and this is, I guess this could be not controversial, but it's something that people don't talk about. I have talked about it on my channel. Let me just go ahead and tell you what it is. It is get your teeth whitened. Now, if you're on a budget, you can do that with over-the-counter test strips, not test strips, I'm diabetic. You can do that with over-the-counter teeth strips, teeth whitening strips for under $100. But if you have a little more money, you've set aside a little more money, you can go to the dentist. You can do it like in one treatment or two treatments. You would not believe how much brighter your face will look if your teeth are whitened. I promise you. You wouldn't believe how much more youthful you'll look. Like, it can take 5 years off of your look, having your teeth whitened. And most people, actually not most people, almost no one is going to say that to you unless you ask. I'm not going to ever tell anybody that. The only person I would have a conversation like that with well, my circle of friends, because we're like that, my husband or my daughter. Like, other than that, I'm not gonna make that recommendation to anyone unless they ask. Now, if you ask me for my recommendation, I'll be kind with the way I approach the subject, but I will tell anyone, get your teeth whitened. It's just gonna brighten your face so much more. It's gonna take a few years, up to 5 years off of your face. It makes a world of difference. I think the last time I got mine whitened, I was in Saudi, and it was like $500, but it was worth it. It was worth it for me. And I will continue to make sure my teeth are white, because no one's gonna tell me that your teeth looking a little dull. As we age, that just happens. And especially if you're around my age, I'm 52, if you've had your teeth whitening, if you've not had your teeth whitened, they may be a little dull, they may not. I drink a lot of coffee, so I have to keep on top of it. Even though I drink my coffee with a straw, I have to keep on top of it. So if you have the money, my recommendation is to whiten your teeth. My next recommendation for treating yourself, and I know this may sound crazy, is to get yourself a really good pillow. Now, you may be thinking, a really good pillow, you can get a pillow for $35. I'm talking about a nice pillow. If you've been to a 5-star hotel and you slept on those pillows, you can tell. This pillow feels nothing like the pillow I have at home. They're nice and big. Almost all of the pillows are king size. I like a firm but soft down pillow. When you lay your head on the pillow, your head will sink in a little bit. It's nice and big. I love myself a good pillow. And those type of pillows that they have at the 5-star hotels can run. That's you, honey, calling me. Let me go answer this. Okay, I have no clue where I stopped. Anyway, I was talking about a luxury pillow. Now, the reason I recommend a luxury pillow is because I've already talked about sheets. I started the sentence and stopped. See, I think I have a little ADHD. Anyway, I was talking about luxury pillows, and the reason I make this recommendation, I know you're trying to figure out what a pillow is, because we spend 1/3 of our life in bed. So everything in your bedroom, especially your mattress I've already talked about that. Your sheets, we already talked about that. And I probably have already talked about pillows, but I'm talking about them again. And your pillows should be the best that you can afford. So you should really have some really nice pillows to lay your head down on after your long, hard day at work, putting up with all those people that have driven you crazy. And sometimes the people in your house that have driven you crazy. You need a good pillow to lay your head down on. And I definitely think that is a treat, but not even a want. It's definitely something you need. The last thing that I feel we should be treating ourselves to, and this is for everyone, and shouldn't be a treat. This is something that we should probably get in the habit, not probably, we should definitely get in the habit of purchasing for ourselves. But the problem is, it's a lot more expensive, and that is buying as much organic meat and fruit and milk and whatever you can, as much organic items that we're gonna put into our mouth, that we're gonna ingest in our mouth, even your skincare, if you can do that, as possible. Organic meat is ridiculously expensive. It's crazy. So we try to incorporate as much organic meat into our diets as possible. We go to the grocery store. It's just so expensive. And I've always bought organic milk. Even though I know we should not be drinking milk, we're the only mammals that drink other mammals' milk. But you know, I love me a good bowl of cereal, and I love cream in my coffee. I do. But my creamer is always organic. The milk that I buy is always organic. I've made certain that my daughter has bought organic milk for my grandsons. And I just do not think it is good to have all those, not just the pesticides. The pesticides are one thing, but all the hormones that they put into the cows and give them to the chickens, and it's just ridiculous. You can't tell me we're ingesting all this meat that has all these high hormones levels that they're just giving it to them so they'll grow faster and produce faster. It's not affecting our health. It's not affecting us when it comes to menopause, and it's not affecting our young girls and our young boys. They're maturing so much faster, especially the little girls are having their cycles at 8 and 9 years old. When I was growing up, the girls wouldn't come on their cycles until they were 13 or 14. I remember, I ain't gonna say her name, came on her cycle at 13, and my mama said she was fast. Mama said she was fast because she came on her cycle at 13. So I think I was 14 or 15 when I came on mine. It's very common now for girls to come on their cycles when they're 8 or 9 years old. And I think it's just because they're ingesting so many more hormones than we did. They're eating a lot of cereal, they're eating a lot of fast foods or processed foods. I just think it's not good for us. So I think we should treat ourselves by purchasing as much organic food. It includes vegetables, that includes milk, that includes meats as possible. As many organic items that we're gonna ingest into our bodies as possible. It's just, I think in the long run, it's just gonna be better for us. We're just not gonna have all those chemicals and all those hormones floating around in our body, wreaking havoc in ways that we have no clue how. Well, that's it, family. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know something that you do, something that's in your repertoire that you use to pamper yourself, to treat yourself when you know you've been doing a great job, when you know you've been taking care of everybody else, you've been putting everybody else first, and I just want to take care of myself. I just want to do a little something for me. What are those things? And if it's something different from what I've listed, I would love to know, because I could perhaps do something like that for myself. Now, no matter where you are in the world, know that you are appreciated, know that you are loved, know that you are meant to be, and know that I want you to have the most blessed day. Bye-bye.